We have two great speakers. One, Professor K. Lakshmi of Madurai Kamaraj University, and then Dr. G. Geeta of Queen Mary's College, Madras, Chennai. And the proposer of the vote of thanks is being proposed by Professor Manonmani of Madurai Kamaraj University, and all the distinguished the listeners and the audience, the great audience, geographers and sister disciplines of geography. We are gathered here to listen to two great speakers on Professor IRAWATHY, who was the founder, the director, not the professor and head, but she was the director of the Department of Geography of Madurai Kamaraj University. Before joining Madurai Kamaraj University, Madam was the principal of Queen Mary's College, and before that she was the head of the Department of Geography department and in various positions. And the Second World War gave a few geographers from Myanmar, Burma, and one among them is Professor IRAWATHY, who came from Burma after completing her PhD program, or she was teaching in a college in Myanmar, and then she arrived Chennai, and then she joined here, and others joined in other colleges like Vivekananda College, Chennai, Achapas College, Chennai, and then one went to Mysore University for joining and teaching geography. So the Second World War gave some few fine geographers to India. So on behalf of Professor Devendra Prasad Singh, and then Ambarish Kumar Roy, and then Amit Kumar and all, I welcome you all to this lecture series. Thank you very much. Please proceed, Madam.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kumar Swamy, sir. With due permission from our president of the session, Professor Tiwari, sir, I am privileged to introduce today's dignitaries on this platform as scholarly geographers, senior-most geographers of the country. First of all, I would like to start with our president, Professor Prem Shankar Tiwari, sir, who started his professional career in geography in 1956. After completing his postgraduate training under the guidance of distinguished scholars like Professor H.L. Chibbar, R.L. Singh, and S.L. Kayasi at the Banaras Hindu University. During those days, geography as a discipline in higher education had limited scope in the country. Job opportunities were limited. Geography as a subject had to struggle a lot to establish themselves in the academic fraternity. Interest in research made Tiwari sir to return back in 1965 to Banaras Hindu University, which by then had emerged as a premier center of geographic research in the country. On completion of his PhD research in urban patterns in Madhya Pradesh, Tiwari sir joined G.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, where he developed courses in agricultural climatology and crop geography. He brought out the Agricultural Atlas of Uttar Pradesh to be the first of its kind. This publication was highly acclaimed by agricultural scientists, including Nobel laureate Norman Borlaug, who wanted the atlas to be updated and revised periodically. Professor Tiwari moved to the Institute of Development Studies, University of Mysore, in 1974 to conduct an evaluation study of the Government of India sponsored Pilot Intensive Rural Project. He had his practical training in interdisciplinary research under the inspiring leadership of Professor R.P. Mishra and worked on micro-level planning for drought-prone area. He had his advanced training in regional planning at the Settlement Study Center, Israel, with field training in Ghana and West Africa. He moved to the University of Madras in 1976, where he brought out the Basic Resource Atlas of Tamil Nadu in collaboration with the government, friends, and colleague Professor Ramesh. He had a short stint at Osmania University, Hyderabad, before his superannuation at the University of Madras in 1997. Professor Tiwari made valuable contributions in the field of agricultural geography, regional planning, and rural development. His professional services as editor in Indian Geographical Society, Annals of the National Association of Geographers India, and finally, as president of NAGI, have greatly enriched teaching and research in geography in the country. His unassuming nature, compassion for fellow beings, and helping attitude has earned him large number of friends and well-wishers in the geographic fraternity of the country. Sir has used his wide reach and goodwill for promoting the cause of geography in all measures. Professor Tiwari sir's journey from a village in Valley to a metropolis in the Kaveri Plain has been a long march, full of panoramic experiences with sweet and sour taste. Born and brought up in North India and having enduring professional engagements with three prestigious universities in three different states in the south, Professor Tiwari presents a shining example of environmental adaptation and national integration and has been a fountainhead of inspiration to the young generation of geographers in the country. Sir, we are highly blessed for your association as president of the session and are deeply touched in our heart and soul by your auspicious presence. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting the invitation and joining us. Thank you so much. We are also honored to have with us today chief guest of the session, Professor Abani Kumar Bhagavati, sir, is retired as Professor of Geography from Guwahati University, Assam. In the field of research, Sir has to his credit five research projects sponsored by WWF India, ICSSR, NHPC, UGC, DBT, India, and Kyoto University, Japan. Sir has successfully guided and supervised 18 PhD research scholars and 8 MPhil candidates. His publications are in the form of 74 research papers, 40 books of which 9 in English and 31 in Assamese, more than 200 popular articles, 3 edited journals, and 25 book review and foreword. Professor Bhagavati has been honored with medals, fellowship, and awards by Northeast India Geographical Society Medal for standing first among all successful honors graduates from art stream of Guwahati University in 1976. Commonwealth Nulfield Fellowship from London in 1993. Shresthatva Award from Chinamur Sakha Sahitya Seva in 2021. State level Anandram Barua Academic Award in 2020. Lifetime Achievement Award at Assam Sports and Cultural Festival 2022. Sir is also associated with various academic associations and shouldered administrative and organizational responsibilities in different capacities, such as Registrar of Guwahati University, President of Assam Science Society, Northeast India Geographical Society, Institute of Indian Geographers, Pune. Member of Task Force for Geography Education, NAGI, New Delhi. Convener for National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan, Assam Chapter. Member Expert Committee, Downstream Impact Assessment of Lower Subarsiri Hydel Project, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. Member of Executive Committee, ASTEC, Government of Assam. Chairman of Dr. Bhupen Hazarika Memorial Committee, Guwahati University. President, Governing Body, Golpara College, Assam. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and gracing the occasion today by your presence.
Thank you. Namaskar to everybody. Thank you.
We are also honored to have with us our distinguished guest today, Professor R.S. Yadav.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Who joined the Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, to the post of professor in Integrated Area Development in the Department of Geography, DHU, since November 2005 to June 2022. Professor Ram Sakal Yadava did his MA and PhD in Geography from BHU and PG Diploma in Remote Sensing from IIRS Dehradun. Sir joined this department as Professor of Integrated Area Development in 2005. Before joining here, he served as reader and professor at Department of Geography, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, Rajiv Gandhi University, formerly Arunachal University at Itanagar. Professor Yadava sir has the privilege of being the founder head of the Department of Geography and continued to the position for over 10 years. Sir has also served as the Dean of the Faculty of Environmental Science and Life Sciences in Rajiv Gandhi University for 2 consecutive terms. He has also served in the Department of Earth Sciences, Manipur University. Professor Yadava is a life member of the NGSI Varanasi, Nagi New Delhi, ISRS Dehradun, IIPA New Delhi, Northeast Geographical Society Guwahati, Northeastern Society of Social Scientists Chennai. Sir has also attended the Remote Sensing and Resource Exploration Workshop at ICTP, Third World Academy of Sciences, Trieste, Italy. Professor Yadava sir has successfully completed 4 projects sponsored by ICSSR New Delhi, GP PIHD Almora, NRSA Hyderabad, and UNESCO MacArthur Foundation New Delhi. His publication, sorry, His publications include 4 books, included edited ones, and over 5 dozens of research papers. 14 students have been awarded PhD degree and 1 delayed under his supervision. At present, 2 students are pursuing research work under his supervision in the Department of Geography, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Thank you so much, Yadava sir, for being here with us as distinguished guest. We are also honored to have with us guest of honor Professor Smita Bhutani Madam. She has done her PhD, MPhil and MA, BA in Geography as a meritorious scholar from Punjab University. Since 1984, Madam entered into teaching postgraduate classes and supervising research with more than 25 candidates guided for their MPhil and PhD research work. About 50 research publications are to her credit, published in renowned national and international journals. Madam has given her administrative expertise in different capacities at the Department of Geography, Punjab University, such as former chairman, Geography Department, former coordinator for SAP UGC, CAS UGC, UNI GS program, in collaboration with Salzburg University, Austria. Distance learning program on basics of remote sensing GIS and GPS using EDUSAT, National Bureau Network, professional, affiliation with the Association of Population Geographers of India, INCA, NAGI, APG, etc. Madam has also publications in the form of geography textbook for class 8, authored with Dhyan Kaur Madam, as well as translated in English version, published by Punjab School Education Board. Demographic Dynamism in India is another book published by her through Discovery Publishing House, Daryaganj, New Delhi. Our Atmosphere, a Climatological Perspective, edited by Professor R.C. Channa, Kalyani Publisher, Ludhiana, Delhi. Madam has completed international research schemes which are worth noting. Awarded with Partnership Development Seed Grant 2010. Work as a principal investigator along with Dr. Karanjot Kaur Brad, Punjab University, Chandigarh, and Dr. Elizabeth Finnis, University of Guelph, Canada, on women and sustainable agriculture, experiences from the field. Second, awarded by Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute, Delhi, funded by Canadian International Development Agency on project Gender, Migration and Care, the changing position of India in the global nursing care chain, funded by Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada in collaboration between International Migration Research Center, Wilfrid Laurier University, Canada, and Geography Department, Center of Advanced Study in Geography, Punjab University, Chandigarh. The next one collaborated with Canadian Professor Margaret Walton Roberts, 4-day international workshop on healthcare for older population, learning from Indo-Canadian experiences in collaboration with Professor Mark, University Kingston, Ontario, Canada, at Geography Department, Punjab University, Chandigarh. The next one was awarded with Shastri Program Development Grant by Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute on project Building Age-Friendly Communities, the case of Chandigarh, in collaboration with Professor Mark, Department of Geography, Ontario, Ontario, Canada, supported by Ministry of Human Resource Development, Department of Higher Education, Government of India. Madam, we are indeed honored to have you here as distinguished guest on the platform. Thank you so much. We are happy to have with us two speakers today on this platform. Professor K. Lakshmi, with her MA, MPhil, PhD education at Madurai, started her career in 1976 and retired as Professor of Geography from Madurai Kamaraj University in 2010. Her research and teaching interest is encompassing the branches of regional studies, urban geography, transport geography, geography of tourism, cartography, environmental studies, medical geography, and geography of women. Madam Professor Lakshmi has to her credit publications in the form of minor and major project reports, articles, and case studies as chapters in books. She has been very resourceful on other academic pursuits as well, such as member in Academic Council, Board of Studies and Examinations at Madras, Calicut, Kerala, Bhartidasan, Madurai, Kamaraj Universities, and member of the examiner in UPSC. Besides, Madam has been a visiting faculty at Turku University in Finland. Madam has been a visiting faculty at Turku University in Finland and was also invited for giving lecture programs in 2 weeks on urbanization in India, urban land use and urban problems and rural health services. Madam, thank you very much for accepting this assignment of being speaker of today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have another speaker, Dr. G. Geeta, Madam, who started her career as a project collaborator initially and later on another project as research associate for an Indo-French project. From research field, slowly she entered into social work as community consultant for Constella Futures Group India, Essential Advocacy Program and International NGO. She completed her PhD at University of Madras in the year 2002, specializing in behavioral geography and geography of health titled HIV AIDS infection, a perceptual study on urban working women. She received fellowship from two prestigious institutions, Jawaharlal Memorial Fund and ICSSR, for her doctoral studies. Madam Geeta is also a recipient of Young Scientist Award at the 8th Asian Urbanization Conference held at Kobe, Japan in the year 2005. She was an all-rounder during her graduation and post-graduation studies. Dr. Geeta had taken a huge leap from social work to teaching. She considers teaching as a blessing to serve as assistant professor in Department of Geography and Tourism in a prestigious institution, Queen Mary's College, a government college for women. She has been serving for more than 40 years in this institution and is head of the department from 2019. She is also a member of various organizations like Indian Medical Association and Indian Association of Occupational Health, Indian Geographical Society, Indian Remote Sensing Association, and Indian National Cartographic Association. And presently, she is holding the post of General Secretary for Chennai branch of INCA. Dr. Geeta enjoyed the honor of being the guest of honor and chief guest in various schools and colleges on different occasions. She is a member of BOS for various colleges affiliated to University of Madras. She is also on the panel of Public Commission as well as doctoral committee member for the PhD scholars of Presidency College, University of Madras. Dr. Geeta continues to carry on her passion for research by guiding postgraduate students, MPhil students, and presently has the pride of completing 4 PhD students, while 2 candidates are with ongoing doctoral research with her. Geeta, Madam, thank you so much for accepting our invitation as the speaker of the session. We are really blessed and honored to have the most renowned personality and geography scholarly presence of Dr. K. Kumaraswamy sir, who has given the welcome address. His contribution to geography is enormous, but presently for introduction, he has given very brief note so that we are able to give more attention to the episode that we are organizing. Thank you, sir, for joining. But few highlights I would like to put up on this platform. Dr. K. Kumaraswamy, sir, born in 1956, is Emeritus Professor, ICSSR Senior Fellow, former UJC BSR Faculty Fellow, and Mid-Career Awardee, and rendered his noble teaching and research expertise at Department of Geography, School of Earth Sciences, Bharatidasan University, Tiruchirappalli. Sir obtained his bachelor degree in geography in the year 1977 from Government Arts College, Coimbatore, MSc Geography and PhD on Water Resource Management from University of Madras, Chennai. Sir was a first rank holder in graduate and postgraduate studies. He was awarded UGC and CSIR fellowships for his doctoral and research associateship programs at University of Madras. Sir has undertaken training at Water Resources Research Center, Budapest, Hungary, and advanced trainings were at Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Dehradun. Heartiest congratulations to Professor Kumaraswamy, sir, for getting awarded distinction for his meritorious studies in both these programs. Sir is associated with the UNESCO and German ISP OSP programs and participated in a number of activities in India and abroad. It's really a pride of geographers to know that Sir has successfully guided 30 PhD candidates and 75 MPhil MTech students. Sir's credentials are also seen in his publications with more than 120 research papers in national, international journals, edited books and proceedings. He has edited and authored 10 books in the fields of geoinformatics, water resources, and environmental studies. Sir's academic contribution is also worth mentioning, having organized 18 national and international seminars, workshops, summer schools in Bharatidasan universities. He is a life member with different positions in a number of national and international associations. Professor K. Kumaraswamy was awarded Professor B.M. Tirunaranan and the UGIT Awards for his continuous research in geography. Now he is the editor of the Indian Geographical Journal, Chennai. Sir was the director of College and Curriculum Development Cell during 2003 to 2006 and 2013. Besides, he was the warden of the hostels of Bharatidasan University for 10 years. From September 2008 onwards, he was head of the Department of Geography, coordinator of the UGC SAP DRS program, syndicate and senate member of the university. Sir has completed one-time grant Mid-Career Award from 2014 to 16 and UGC BSR Faculty Fellowship for 3 years, and now working under ICSSR Senior Fellowship on implications of trace element concentration and human health. Thank you so much, Professor Kumar, for joining. Thank you so much. We are indeed blessed to have you on this platform. We also have another geographer who would be giving vote of thanks on this occasion, Dr. I.K. Manomani Madam, with MSc, MPhil and PhD in Geography, is presently working as a faculty in the Department of Geography, School of Earth and Atmospheric Sciences, Madurai, Kamaraj University, Madras, Tamil Nadu. With 25 years of research experience, Madam has also published 5 books and more than 25 articles in international and national journals and in edited books. She is also active by participation and presentation of her research papers in 15 international, 20 national, and 10 workshop and training courses. She has conducted 3 national conferences sponsored by ICSSR, Niti Aayog, New Delhi, and 1 workshop in environmental awareness for school teachers and students. She has completed 3 research projects sponsored by UGC and ICSSR, New Delhi. Thank you very much, Madam, for accepting our invitation. With permission of our President, Professor Tiwari sir, may I now invite Professor K. Lakshmi Madam to please give lecture on today's episode. Thank you so much. Madam, please unmute yourself.
Mic, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Madam, you are not audible.
Now,
Madam, unmute.
oh, yes. Now it is audible?
Yes,
Okay.
madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, with good evening, and with my very much thankful for me to invite to give a lecture or to speak about my beloved and respectable Honorable Dr. A.R. Airavati. First thing, I have to thank all the chief guests and organizers of modern makers of founders and makers of modern geography. See, after a long time, I take this as an opportunity to see and to be with you all geographers, the great geographers, the eminent geographers and contributors to the field of geography. So after that is almost a decade of gap. I am not associated with a geography meeting and other things. Simply I am talking with my students, that's all. So this is a very big opportunity for me, and I am very much thankful to you to talk about my mentor, Dr. A.R. Airavati. Dr. A.R. Airavati, the founder, director of geography of Madurai Kamaraj University. That is with a real power and also with a devotion, love about geography. She came to Madurai to develop a PG course in the Madurai Kamaraj University. As a professor and eminent scholar and the contact, she is a selfless and tireless lovable person, and he dedicated herself to the development of the geography. So she had lot of students studied in the Queen Mary's College. Now that time they are in a great positions, doctors, the wife of ministers and all. So she have the capability of politically organizing everything in a over a phone. To that level capacity, she came to Madurai to start the department in the year of 1971. When she entered the department, that is as a director and founder of geography department, he had a help with Dr. K.S. Kobalakrishnan. As a faculty member, he also joined with her for the development of the department. So at that time, that is the geography subject was at PG level, it introduced in Madurai Kamaraj University, that is in the Sri Meenakshi Government College for Women. So she took that opportunity as an important fact for serving the students, and immediately with the permission, she got the PG students to the department to conduct classes. On that way, I am fortunate as a second batch of the student, we were close to Dr. A.R. Airavati. See, we don't know, that is at that time we are not aware and we are not exposed to the what was happening in the geographical world, the national and international level and all. we are very much bookish. We got only bookish knowledge. And that also, at the time, they introduced only BA Geography in Tamil medium. So language is also become a problem. So Madam Dr. IRAWATHY considered all these things together, and she thrived hard to introduce geography subject and molded our self in the field of geography. Still, I remember that is how she teach geography subject, especially the concept of determinism, possibilism, and environmentalism concept. Ellen Semple, how she stated that is human beings are just like the clay in the hands of the nature, and the nature molded the human being. The man that was molded by the nature. Dr. IRAWATHY really molded us. So that was the starting point of geography development in the department. From morning 10 to up to 7 o'clock, she will be in the department, and she used to one way or other talking about only geography things. Later, in the year of 1972 itself, she started the PG diploma course. So with the help of the local philanthropists like TVS Sundaram, Iyengar and Iyengar, and also the local, the Palanivel Rajan, Dr. Tyagarajan, that Justice of India, and also the Tyagaraja Mills owner. Like that, he visited all the people and also the educationists to get permission to start the geography in the school level and also in the college level. So in that way, she is going on introducing. And in the year of 1975, he had started the department with the help of more induction of the faculty member, Dr. That is E.S. Swaminathan, that is from Madras University, Dr. Krishnan from Madras University, and a cartographer from Raj Mohan. All are entered into her department. Then she formulated the full-fledged department and started the MSc degree post-graduation course in the department. The same year, she, with the influence of the syndicate and all, she started the degree course in the distance education, Madurai correspondence course, degree course in distance education in the Madurai Kamaraj University. That time, Dr. Parsardi and myself and Shanta Kumari also entered into the department. Then 77, she introduced the MPhil. So when MPhil is introduced, automatically the PhD program and other things were also introduced. Dr. Shanmuganandam is also appointed, and Dr. Swambasivara also appointed in the department. So that department is become very much full-fledged, and she is going on thriving for the development of geography in the department within the short period of time. So during that period, to develop an awareness about us, that is, she is inviting eminent geographers from North India. R.L. Singh visited our department, and R.P. Mishra visited our department, and Professor Chatterjee from Calcutta visited our department. Even the Professor Arunachalam visited our department as resource persons to give lectures. So he organized one-day seminar, national seminar, to bring all these people together to give us an exposure to the development of geography, and also she developed an interest in the minds of the local students. So in that level, that is, she is a very much enthusiastic person, and also she inspires us to make more and more development in the department as well as in the mind of the student. Like that, the enlightenment we got from her is undeniable, unforgettable memories. It is stored in our mind. Still, we are recollecting her lectures, programs, how she is going from the concept of the environmentalism, possibilism, and also the modern concepts, and then goes to behavioralism. Then she is going on to one world concept. And also she is very much interested in political geography, and she taught about Mercator's theory and rimland theory, and also that is how the rimland nations are become powerful nations in future after 100 years or after 50 years. How the developed world and developing world, what is the difference between these two nations and countries in the world, and what is underdeveloped, what are the programs we have to do for the development of the nations. Like that, everything is the broader perspective of geographical nature than with the narrow one. So whenever she talks about geography, and also she talks about behavioral aspects, urban studies, what is the urban impact on rural life, how the rural life is going to be changed with the urban influence, how can the education can bring changes in rural environment. Like that, she become a very much, we can identify her as a social geographer. Her passion in all the subjects, that is generally talking subject, she won't stop with one subject. She is going on talking about the broader aspects of geography in her lecture program. In that way, our ideas and other things were widened. So all the faculty members are getting the knowledge and aspirations and the enthusiasm for the development of the subject in our department. She not only stops with Madurai one, and she also visited all the outside regions. That is the time the governor, Jodi Venkatachalam, was the governor of Kerala, that is in Kerala. So with her help, she introduced MA Geography in Calicut University and also in Kerala University, that is in Trivandrum. So out of the state also she brought geography. So the PG courses started in universities attached with them. That is also very much important. Then she came to the local data and village map from the panchayat level, and they have to do land use maps. Her special area is the land use map preparation, thematic map preparation. Every data can be how it can be converted into thematic maps. That level of projects she introduced in the department for MSc level, and also for MPhil level, she introduced that is tourism as a geography as an important subject. So the projects all are with the southern part, the projects tourism development and tourism projects they have completed. Like that, smaller and larger size of the regional studies and thematic map preparation, that level of development was taken place during that period. She was very much introduced as working with Dudley Stamp, the land use studies. She brought a lot of land use materials and books for the department, and she taught us how to do that is land use interpretation with the help of the aerial photos. So to that level, for the geography of mapping, cartography, specialization, urban geography, land use, and also in other hand, tourism, everything is there. Then IGU, that is, she was invited for international congress. That time it was conducted in Australia. At that time, she said that is old. I don't want to go and expose. I already attended so many meetings. So she called Dr. Shanmuganandam and gave that opportunity to attend the meeting with the sponsorship. She went and attended. He went and attended the meeting, and after that, he developed very much and higher level of contacts, and he brought lot of laurels to the department. He developed medical geography specialization in the Department of Geography. To that level, she is highly associated with the members and faculty and the society of Madurai Kamaraj University. And I can say that she is better to geography because she is complete as a mother. She molded us and completely spent her fruitful life and everything in the department. Today we are mostly all geographers, great geographers, or whoever in the government colleges, in the schools and others are benefited by her teaching, and we cannot forget and we cannot deny her contributions. And I take this opportunity, and I thank you all and take this opportunity to say that is to sharing my knowledge with her. Then that is not become possible in person. And so I am, with my satisfaction, I am sharing her memories with you people. And I take this opportunity and thank you giving me an opportunity, and feel that I am awarded with the highest position in the geography by giving you the speed, the memories of Dr. IRAWATHY. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi Madam, for elaborating on the contributions of our great geographer, late Professor IRAWATHY Madam. Definitely, this platform has given us an opportunity to really pay our tributes in the form of highlighting the main contributions of our great geographers in the country. Thank you so much for
Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, madam.
Now I would like to invite Professor Geeta Madam, another speaker of the session, to please continue.
A very good evening to one and all present here. I can see there are so many distinguished professors from geography department. After hearing the speech from Professor Lakshmi, I'm really touched, and I don't know whether I am really worth to speak about Dr. A.R. Airavati. But being given the opportunity and the trust to present the biography of Professor Ms. A.R. Airavati, I'm doing this duty. Thank you so much for the founders and makers of modern geography in India. It's going as an excellent online series. Professor D.P. Singh is doing an excellent job. And this being the 43rd online series, I should really congratulate all the participants and the organizers for doing it in such a massive and excellent manner. And being a part of it, I really take the pride and thank all the organizers to giving me this opportunity. Well, Professor Dr. Miss A.R. Airavati, uh, uh, we call her as the torchbearer of women's education. As you all know from Professor Lakshmi, who had given a real touching touching speech about how she was so bent on bringing geography and bringing all women to have geography as their studies. So, Professor Dr. Airavati was born in 11th January 1912 in Rangoon, Burma, and named after this gigantic 1,300-mile long river Airavati that marks the Indian Burma border. The river has brought fertility, growth, and promise to all the lands it flows through. So too was the wonderful being brought hope and success to hundreds of women wherever she lived and worked throughout her life. She has been a builder of institutes and once again, sorry, and she has been an institution in herself. Dr. Airavati was born in 11 January 1912 in Rangoon, Burma, and she was very humane and hard and handles everything with the utmost sympathy and care. It is no exaggeration to say Professor Airavati has. Ravati has been the most popular geographer in South India. She has admirers not only among geographers but also from all the walks of public life. A small brief family background of Professor Airavati. Dr. Mrs. A.R. Airavati was born in Rangoon, um, and January 1912, and she was born to Mr. Ramachandran Naidu and Mrs. Sharada Ramachandran. She had two siblings, one younger brother and one sister. She moved to India after the Second World War. The dark clouds of the World War II gathered in 1945 among the many families forced to flee to India. Hers was also one. Undeterred by this huge upheaval and arriving here to face these resulting challenges, she became even more determined to work for women's education. She joined Queen Mary's College in 1945 as professor in geography. And some of the early childhood and higher education. She completed her schooling and basic degree in Rangoon. Professor Dr. Airavati had her early education in Rangoon and started teaching geography there. After completing her BA honors in Rangoon University, she became a teacher in Kalasa High School. Later, she took up the post of headmistress in BET High School, Rangoon. She moved to India during the Second World War. She worked with Professor Dudley Stamp in London for her PhD. As we all know that Professor Dudley Stamp is one of the famous geographer, most popular geographer who is I mean, getting a doctorate under his guidance is such a prestigious thing where Madam had the opportunity to get the PhD degree under the guidance of Professor Dudley Stamp. In London for the PhD, she got it done and she returned back to Chennai where she got into Queen Mary's College as professor. After that, her specialization in her PhD was land utilization, aerial photograph interpretation, political geography, and social geography. And this was one of the, treasure I would call, as Madam's doctorate degree certificate is present in front of you. You can see the London School of Economics and Political Science has awarded her PhD in the specialization of land utilization geography. So, professional career, she has joined the educational service in Madras provinces and served at Queen Mary's College for more than 2 decades. She developed the Department of Geography at Queen Mary's College in a full-fledged and well-equipped postgraduate center. Her tenure as the principal for this prestigious college for over a decade is is fondly remembered by a large number of students and colleagues all over the world. After the retirement from this college, she moved to Madurai Kamaraj University and built another postgraduate geography department. Between 1976 and 81, she headed the geography department of Madurai Kamaraj University and then retired from active service. She has also been instrumental in starting the postgraduate departments of geography at Calicut and Kerala University. Active in Geography Association, she she was largely responsible for working towards creating a separate identity and study of geography at the school level too, separating it from the clubbed version called social studies, where geography and history was combined. This was a marvelous thing Madam had done, where history and geography is taught as social studies. Now it is in a separate stream. Geography is taught separately, history is taught separately. This was done under the guidance of Dr. Airavati ma'am. Sorry. And as an evaluation of a teacher, administrator, and human being, she worked tirelessly for 28 years to build up the quality of the course and courses, the teaching, the college itself, and to build it into a premier institution. She has conducted many workshops and conferences towards this end. In 1968, when the World Conference in Geography was held in Delhi, she was instrumental in sending many of our students and staff through this global experience, for this global experiences. She would also mentor the geography graduates and help them find positions after they complete their education. From 1955 to 1970, as principal, she was largely responsible for the growth of many departments, upgrading of the courses to higher levels irrespective of subjects. Her role in Queen Mary's was that of a nurturing mother. For her, this was like a mother's house, and to many of us, she too also made us feel that way. She loved every plant and tree and saplings on campus. Living on campus, ma'am used to live in our own campus, Queen Mary's campus, where there was a block called Jaipur block, and it is still existing as Jaipur block. And ma'am used to stay all throughout her life in this place before her retirement from Queen Mary's College. She would start each and every day with an inspection of the grounds. She had two pet deers named Randir and Sagar strolling freely into the garden. Dr. Airavati was a firm believer in the strength of spiritual and moral lessons and was also deeply inspired by music. Her involvement in classical Carnatic music was deep. She was herself trained in it and would render the Tyagaraja Kirti. Just a second. Some of the photos where you can see ma'am's interest in gardening. She used to go around looking into the garden of how the plants are growing and what are the problems into it, and she would nurture it in such a way that the plants used to talk to her, and that's how people had shared with me, telling that she used to take care of the plants in such beautiful manner, and she even used to talk to the plants, and she feels as if they reciprocate her to her talking, and that's why people shared, because I wasn't born when she was ma'am was there in our college. So I'm just sharing the hearings and views and opinions and various people's thoughts and recalling of ma'ams. I'm sharing it here as a instrument. and and as I told, she had a motherly touch. She was always cluttered with people and children, where she used to give such motherly touch to all the people who came to her and spoke to her. And as I told, she was very much interested in Carnatic. Her favorite pastime was Carnatic and drama. And once again. And Dr. Iravathi ma'am is with the founder of Queen Mary's College, D. Lahe. She's the person who is the key of. She's the founder of Queen Mary's College. Where during the British period, she had started, and she had been invited for the Golden Jubilee celebration, and she is with many other eminent persons. Along with eminent persons, Madam is also there. And this is the celebration where you can also see Dr. Radhakrishnan, the President of India, and this was the Golden Jubilee celebration at Queen Mary's College. And some of her major contribution. I would start with Queen Mary's College and then go with Madurai Kamaraj University and few other colleges where she had contributed the massive way of bringing geography as the main subject into these streams. On return to India, that is after her PhD, she joined the educational service in Madras provinces and served at Queen Mary's College for more than 2 decades. She developed the Department of Geography at Queen Mary's College, as I told before, at a full-fledged and well-equipped postgraduate center. Returning to Queen Mary's College in 1955, she had held the post of Professor of Geography till May. Then, between 1955 and 1970, as a principal, she was largely responsible for the growth of many departments, upgrading of courses to higher levels, irrespective of subjects. Affectionately, she was called Ira by her colleagues. She worked tirelessly for 28 years to build the quality of the courses, the teaching, and the college itself, to build it to a premier institution. She had conducted many workshops and conferences at the Zen. In 1968, when the World Conference in Geography was held in New Delhi, she was instrumental in sending many students, as I told before. And this is the conference which Madam had conducted. This was the 21st International Geographical Conference Madras Symposium. It was held on 9th December 1968. The symposium topic was This is Tamil Nadu. It was called as Tamil Nadu and not Tamil Nadu. It was the book of a compilation of various articles, correlated subjects, both literary and scientific, pertaining to Tamil Nadu. The release of this book, Tamil Nadu, on this occasion was done on of the inauguration of this 21st International Congress, and the editor of the book was Dr. Iravathi ma'am. And Dr. Iravathi ma'am was not only the editor but also the organizing secretary. On the 1st of December, very surprisingly, after this conference, the state had got the name of Tamil Nadu. After this, it was renamed as Tamil Nadu. And yes, this was the release of the book. This was the book which was released after the 21st International Congress and Madras Symposium, and this is the book which I was talking about. And ma'am was the editor of this book. And some more contributions of Queen Marizad. With just 33 students in the year 1914 at its inception, the college, with its goal of excellence, set its insight on emancipating young women, young Indian women, equipping them for more fulfilling role in building our nations. The dreams have been realized and concentrated by providing educational facility to all women, including the marginalized and disadvantaged. The Department of Geography, one of the oldest department in Queen Mary's College, it was started in the year 1916 as a subject, and it was established as graduate course in 1941 and postgraduate in 1958. It was upgraded as a research department with MPhil and PhD in 1994 and 1995. The department commemorated its centenary celebration in 27/9/2016. The Department of Geography stands unique in offering two courses, geography as well as tourism, simultaneously with UG and PG levels among the government colleges in Tamil Nadu. UG courses of geography has brought English and Tamil medium, and the course is extended to MPhil and PhD and rejuvenates as a postgraduate and research department. The staff members of the departments are doctorates and MPhil holders with SLET and NET with specialization in medical geography, urban geography, resource management, digital cartography, GIS, and remote sensing, and tourism and aviation industry. Um, and now it is about hang. This is the photo which talks about. I mean, you can see the various professors and staff members along with ma'am in the center as a principal. Again, this photo reveals that she gives more importance to the women's education, and that's what you can see in this photo. Maybe I can keep it for a while. You can see it, and then yes, I can go to the next. Yes. And now it is about the Madurai Kamaraj University. The Department of Geography in Madurai Kamaraj University was established at the old university campus at Madurai in 1971. Dr. A.R. Airavati breathed geography and was responsible for the spread of the discipline in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu. In 1973, the department started its academic rendezvous with the introduction of postgraduate diploma in geography and PhD in geography. In 1975, when the MSc Geography course was introduced, subsequently the department also started MPhil program when the UGC came up with an idea of the course in 1976. Dr. Airavati introduced a diverse course in the MSc level with a thrust on advanced cartography. Madurai Kamaraj University was identified as the nodal center for the entire southern part of India by the UGC to conduct refresher courses for university and college teachers in geography. This was possible only because of Madam Airavati. And as you can see, the head of the department of Madurai Kamaraj University, and ma'am is there with other staff members. And this was in 1971 to 72. And a few other contributions in MKU. The School of Earth and Atmospheric Sciences had its genesis with the formulation of the Department of Geography in 1971 under the visionary geographer Dr. late Miss A.R. Airavati, retired principal of Queen Mary's College and a well-known Indian geographer. Its sister department via Remote Sensing and Cartography, ERAC, was created in 1992. Both the departments functioning as individual entities have been merged in the form the school in 2002. targeting the southern districts which were out of reach to this branch of knowledge. The department initially offered MSc, MPhil, PhD programs in geography early in 1975 and 76. By introducing innovative and emerging areas in the curriculum, the department made a notable contribution in the field of urban geography, medical geography, transportation geography, agriculture geography, remote sensing, and GIS. The alumni of the school are working in various reputed institutions like Survey of India, Census of India, Indian Space Research Organization, National Institute of Ocean Technology, and many industrial concerns and various universities and colleges and schools. And this is some of, I mean, this is again a photo with Dr. Irawati of students and staff members. Um, uh, Maybe the photo is in a bad manner, but it is still preserved and it is given for this presentation. And again, you can see this photo. And yeah, and few other contributions of Dr. Airavati ma'am. In a full-fledged manner, madam had started geography in Sri Meenakshi College for women and postgraduate level. Ancillary geography for history major as started in the year 1978 in Standard 5 Works Rajaratnam College for women. Sarah Tucker College in Palamkottai, Tirunelveli, ST Hindu College in Nagarkoil. And Madam Dr. Airavati, ma'am's role in Meenakshi College in bringing post graduation in Madurai Kamaraj, Madurai Meenakshi College had also been a very remarkable stand of Meenakshi College. And PhD students, to my I mean, to my knowledge, and few other had shared with me that she had I mean, one student had pursued her PhD under madam's guidance, and that was the information I gathered. And about her extraordinary personality, she would appear stern, quick tempered, and prickly like the jackfruit. No one had to move closely with her to discover the sweetness and kindness inside her. She's very efficient and knows the importance of planning one's time and keeping time in lesson stock and presentation. Madam is an extraordinary person where you really need to be close with her to know her personality. And she had been so kind and soft-hearted to everybody that nobody would tell ill about her. I didn't have the chance to see ma'am. That is a very bad thing which I had in my lifetime, maybe. But then I at least got the chance opportunity to speak about ma'am's biography. That itself is a greatest achievement which I have made in my lifetime. And these are all some of the recalls of few students. One Mrs. Basmati ma'am had shared her views about ma'am. I would read what she had shared. These are random remembrance of my days in Queen Mary's College when Miss Iravati was the principal. She used to take classes for MSc Geography. The subject was geography and planning. We were wondering about the connection between geography and planning. It was then that I came to know that she had did her PhD in land use planning under the renowned geographer Dr. Matthews. That she had her research under him in London made her go up in her esteem. Though she were in a view of her that then was her pastime, she found her to be a very simple, friendly person. She cared deeply for many economically weak students and had helped the deserving with admissions and other requisites. There is other side of her talent that I got to know later. She knew Carnatic music well and was also a good singer. She was in one of the trips I accompanied her. She asked her to sing. We asked her to sing. She readily agreed and sang. I remember the song even now. I was the. It was a composition of Kesharia Saraga Sanya. She had kept her talent under cover but was ready to share it at an appropriate time. Her deep and strong faith and talent was appreciable. A friend of mine who sings well joined QMC. She pursues literature in an MA course, and when she told me later about this, I could connect to it to Miss Irawathi's interest in music. The music department in QMC was one of the only two in Madras University then. With her tactic encouragement, we even had a Carnatic music orchestra. Another aspect I cannot forget in our morning prayers at assembly, which was interfaith, which each day dedicated to different religion. There are many uh, there have been many more positive features in college administration that could be introduced by her. Um, I could only wish these are continued in the college. And another person called Dr. Nitya Balaji. She belongs to 1971 batch. She recalls the strong woman as my first interview, a small recall, where she had come for an interview. She had shared that particular thing with me. My first interview at QMC back in 1967, I picked up the application forms for the pre-university course from the QMC office. It had a column for first, second, and third preference for the major subject or group. I wrote with a flourish in all the three places: geography, geography, geography. I had turned up and on my own at QMC after hearing one could do a major in this wonderful subject here. I was not keen to go to college at all if I could not have this choice. Bash young and cocky, straight with convent school. We all waited outside the principal's room. No parents as these days. Only upstairs like myself. Um, Nervously, asking each girl as she came out from the interview, how is she? How did she ask? Finally, I was called in. I went in and found Iru, was we later secretly called her, sitting at her desk. She had a form in her hand, looked at many entries, and looked up at me, asked me what my father's name was, where I lived, etc. Then she commented on no one in particular, why this family alone is like this. I have no idea if that was a compliment or otherwise. Then she looked at me and said, I can give you geography like chemistry. I quailed at the idea and blabbered, please, madam, no, no, no. Then she asked me to sit in a chair on the side and call in the other girls. Each time she used to negotiate with them to take some stream of her choice and then turn to me and say, okay, I'll give you maths or I'll give you physics. I would turn white with fright and beg her for geography. This went on till three girls are assigned their main subjects and confused choice. She finally turned me and said, your family is the only one to recognize the greatness of geography. And then she smiled and gave me geography, a good and proper Iru style. And yes, with this, I end my speech about the biography of Dr. Irawathy. She had, one second, just a second. I'm sorry, just a minute. Um, Professor Dr. A.R. Irawathy had breathed her last on the 19th January 1990 at Madras. With this, I take this opportunity to each and everyone who had helped me in compiling Madam's biography. Thank you so much.
Well done, Dr. Geeta.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Say, I think everybody is left, la?
Very much here. We are very much here.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
मेरा गेट स्टेशन पे आएगा ना, तो गेट पे आ जाइएगा.
Extremely sorry.
हाँ.
Out of my turn, I just share a minute. In December 1972, I have an opportunity to meet.
तो हो सकता है कि मोबाइल नहीं लेके एक मीटिंग चल रहा है.
When Professor Buddhist Raja organized the first
छोड़ के आएंगे.
meet in this.
तो आगे ही वो गया है, छोड़ देते हम.
To meet her there as a
गेट
young
करेंगे, हम दे देंगे आपको.
geographer. Thank you.
Ma'am, what is next, ma'am?
Well, she has lost some connection. She shared short ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, because she has lost the connectivity, so she is through mobile.
Is presenting. Lakshmi ma'am is presenting. Is she presenting?
No, I just gone through the information she shared with us. Shall we go ahead, Professor?
Was my volume so low, sir? Was my presentation low? Sound was, it was not audible?
No, it was okay.
It was very fine.
Good.
Yeah, it is working.
It was excellent.
Because I could see somebody had commented.
No, you.
No.
Anyway, thank you.
It may be his difficulty, but you have done very nice.
Thank you so much.
I request Professor R. Jadhav to comment on the occasion. Sir, you are not audible, sir.
प्रोफेसर गीता, आप अपनी स्क्रीन को ऑफ कर दीजिए.
मेरा नहीं है सर, वो तो लक्ष्मी मैम का है. मैं तो स्टॉप कर दी. ये लक्ष्मी मैम का है सर.
अमित जी इसको कर दीजिए प्लीज.
क्योंकि कुछ हो रहा है वहां पर. लक्ष्मी मैम इज प्रेजेंटिंग, मेरा नहीं है.
प्रोफेसर जादव साहब, सर.
Contribution of we are really astonished to see great contribution of Madam University of Madurai and the legacy which is carried by others. No wonder.
Stop presenting நமக்கு.
IRAWATHY the almost new during those periods in all the departments of the university throughout our country. All the teachers have really done great for their students and society. in for their education, for their research, as well as for getting them deputed in various institutions for job. Thank you so much for your wholehearted and very great study of IRAWATHY madam and giving all the inputs. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite, with permission from President Sir, Professor Kumar Swamy Sir, to say a few words, please.
Okay.
I think he has to unmute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was a network issue. I want to share with the distinguished experts of the subject that I didn't have any personal encounter with Professor IRAWATHY, but in 2018, I had opportunity to take my students there in the Madurai Kamaraj University and visited department with students one day. I was pleased to see that things were so nice and they were ahead of the time. It may be probably the good beginning of the department under the chairmanship of Madam IRAWATHY, that syllabus might have been framed and all up-to-date courses are implemented. It is a great tribute by present this geographers that, and among that Dr. Deven Singh is taking lead to publish the many figures who have been seriously concerned about development of our discipline. It's a good thing. I admire Professor Devendra Singh and also the elderly senior geographers of our country that they readily join and are contributing towards development of our discipline. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yadav sir, for briefing.
This is Kumar Swamy. Probably Professor Rajmohan from Bangalore, he has joined and I could see him here. I have two points to make. One is I met Professor IRAWATHY madam only a couple of times when she visited Madras University. Second one is that she was very much close to the Indian Geographical Society. I could see her adamancy in establishing the the rapport in the society executive council meeting. In the executive council meeting, once Professor George Kurian had some the vested interest, and she threw George Kurian out of the presidency, and then she became the president, and then the entire forum was changed. And that I could see in the Indian Geographical Society's journal, in the news and notes. So that kind of establishment she was ruling in Indian Geographical Society. And she was there for more than 2 decades in Indian Geographical Society, and then it grew like anything. So probably that is my association with madam, and probably Professor Rajmohan and Professor P.S. Tiwari, they could enlighten their association. Dr. Rajmohan, sir. Sir, unmute.
Shall we go ahead, Dr. Savitsma?
Yes, Kumar Swami, sir. Would you like to add something?
No, sir. No, madam. No, madam. Please proceed.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your inputs. Great inputs for the session. Now I would like to invite Dr. Bhagavati, sir, to please give a few inputs for the session.
Good evening, everybody. President Professor Tiwari, then distinguished guest Professor Jadhav, Professor Chavan, Professor Kumaraswamy, Professor Lakshmi, Professor Gita, then Professor Devendra Singh. I extend my love and regard to everybody. I was very happy to be present in this, discourse. It was really enlightening for us. India is a very large country, as you all know, and it is very difficult to actually maintain a very intimate relation. For example, I am from Northeast, and I visited some of the universities in the South, and I visited Madurai Kamaraj University also, but I could not go to the department. Anyway, I did not know much, frankly speaking, about this great lady, Miss Irawathy, A.R. Irawathy. I heard this word, I heard her name, but then I did not know much about her contribution. But it is really amazing. It is about 110 years back she was born. And also it is very important that she did her PhD under Professor Dudley Stem. My professor from Guwahati University, Professor S.P. Das, he also worked under Professor Dudley Stem. And I know that how difficult it was to work under Professor Dudley Stem. I know. It was very difficult to meet him. Professor S.P. Das told that in a month only once or twice he could meet Professor Dudley Stem. He was very busy, particularly during 1930s, because of this land use, the inter-country land use survey and all that. And we are very proud that a geographer, Professor Dudley Stem, could influence the entire world through his work on land use. Land in Great Britain use and misuse. And in India also, there were a lot of followers of Professor Dudley Stem, and in India also people started working on land use. And it was a great thing. Land is a very important resource in our country, and it was the geographers for the first time they tried to actually survey and map and also classify the lands of India. And Dr. Irawathy also, in her department, in her area, she started doing all these things. And the Queen Mary College, I know that there is a Queen Mary College in Great Britain. That was a college initially, that is now university. And I think that there is some link, between our Queen Mary College here in South India and this Queen Mary College in UK. Anyway, her actually shift from, she was a school teacher first, then a college teacher, then she shifted to the university level, and how she organized the entire department in the university, and also how she actually could develop connection with all the geographers of that time, from Delhi to Calcutta, then Punjab and all that. This is really very important. And in India, particularly, we should know about all these things. A great country, a very big country, always, therefore, the introduction of geography and its evolution from the beginning to now, the story of evolution in different parts of the country will necessarily be different. But then we should know, and our new generation should also know about all these things, all these kinds of development. They're very interesting, and I'm grateful to particularly both speakers. The first speaker, She was a student of IRAWATHY, and she very emotionally and very, as she had very intimate relation, therefore she tried to actually describe and discuss about her from her own perspective. Then the second one was good in the sense that she objectively could actually project many of the things, so since her birth, then the academic development, then the social relation, all these things. It was really very nice. And I hope if all these things are brought in the form of a book, already Professor Devendra Singh, they have already planned for, a series of books. And if these things are very nicely included, then it will be marvelous. The history of the discipline is very important. The present status, what will be the future, prospect of the discipline, that is a different thing. But unless we know the history, unless we know the past, then it will be difficult to understand the present as well as plan for the future. So respecting the past stories particularly, very, very important. And as you all know that a gentleman, a scholar should always have the three-dimensional knowledge. Knowledge of the past, knowledge of the present, commitment for development in the present time, as well as a dream for future. These three dimensions are very, very important. And this, this kind of discussions are organized by Professor Devendra Kumar Singh under the banner Founders and Makers of Modern Geography will be able to give us details of the past history of geography departments and also the life sketches of all these scholars. And this is really very, very good. And I am happy. I had a talk last night with Kumaraswamy. Kumaraswamy is also very interested, in knowing the history of the departments and all that. And surprisingly, he knows something about our area also. That is also very, very important. So let us share. Let us try to integrate the development in East India, North India, Northeastern India, Western India, Central India, and South India. Let us have an integrated approach to understand each other. I think this is a very good step. I pay my respect, love and respect to everybody, and particularly President P.S. Tiwari is a great man. He is I think he knows about almost all parts of the country. He had relation with almost all the young and old generations of geographers in the country, and I pay my great respect to him and to all the professors, organizers, and particularly Professor S.B. Chavan. She has taken great care to to take ahead the entire program very nicely. Thank you all. My love and regard again to everybody. And I hope that, because in the past our people, they faced a lot of constraints, financial constraints, then technological constraints, a lot of constraints, and within that constraints they worked. And they developed a quality geography of those days. And particularly we are grateful to the old geographers because they have been able to do good research within that limited facility and all that. And very interestingly, they contributed very good textbooks. You will find all the good textbooks were written by our old generation of geographers, and those textbooks actually laid the foundation of modern geography in India. My love and respect to you all, as well as my regard, homage to all geographers who contributed significantly towards development of geography in India. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhagwati sir. You have really very aptly commented on all the aspects on this platform. And it's really very true that we were literally unaware of the great contributions of our earlier geographers. Most of the things we were knowing only about the foreign geographers, but our own Indian geographers, their great contribution did not come on the forefront. And we are really grateful to Dr. Devendra Singh sir, who had this vision and concept of developing founders and makers of modern geographers in India. And all the departments of the university of the country, the faculty and scholars have made this dream come true. And we are coming to know so many different aspects of great contributions of our senior most geographers, some of whom are no more now, some are still there. And we are so blessed to have so many senior geographers present here who are really helping a lot to get this particular platform go ahead with golden milestones. Thank you so much for so well remarked comments on it. I would now like to request Sri Kumar sir to please add something. Kumar sir.
Thank you, Professor Chauhan. I just raised my hand because I have to go out. These days I'm quite tied up. Anyway, Professor Tiwari and good friends, the occasion is solemn and really very important. When I moved to Kerala way back in 1979, we heard Professor IRAWATHY's name. He was a student from Queen's Mary College, a student from Madurai Kamaraj University, and a student from Chennai University, a student of Professor Tiwari. They're all my colleagues. And when we used to discuss among our teachers, and the name very frequently used to figure Professor IRAWATHY. The way she taught, the way she has the affection for the students and care for the students. Those stories, when you get from them, from the students, it's really something which is heartening. And you try to feel that these are the, sort of teachers who made a benchmark that how a teacher should be, or how a teacher should take care of the department, groom the students. And in the process, they groom the geography subject in the country. Yes, ours is a very large country, very vast country. And we have, this sort of stalwarts almost in different parts. That today, the geography, what you see today, but the level at which it has really, the subject has attained, thanks to all these people who was tirelessly, with the less financial support, less infrastructure, but just with the, the zeal and with the missionary passion, they push the subject. It is something which is remarkable. And then, of course, they have the training from abroad, and that's a separate part of it. But the main part of it, that they have taken the teaching profession not as a job, but as a passion. I had subsequently visited Madurai Kamaraj University. I had the time and interact with some of the people. I learned how a department has been groomed. And Professor IRAWATHY was also instrumental to start the geography course, the first geography course in Kerala, that is in Chittoor Government College in Palghat. In fact, that was in 1974. And the next year, we are going to complete 50 years of modern geography teaching in Kerala. And of course, Professor Tiwari knows ins and outs of my institute, and our interaction with Professor Tiwari is very long-standing. So we all feel in our center that, these are the people who are in our Center for Arts and Studies, my organization from which I have retired, which has started the geography research in Kerala, that the galaxy of geographers who are in the South India, like Professor IRAWATHY, Professor Kurian, Professor Ramesh, Professor P.S. Tiwari, in fact, Professor Bodhanathan from Voltaire, they actually, made a cradle. They hold us, although not all are present, but their presence and their sort of what is called the inspiring leadership helped us to develop geography in Kerala. So we are really beholden to all these people and very grateful. And Professor IRAWATHY stands, like the name suggests, like the mighty river. So has a very mighty presence and, made some sort of a tremendous contribution of developing geography in the southern part of South India, if you tell in that way, or in across the state, not in Tamil Nadu alone, but also in Kerala. So it's a very inspiring presence. So I thank at this moment, I also thank Professor Devendra Singh and his team. But for them, we would not have known all these, the geographers from the different parts of the country. They have taken it's a good service. It's a good service to the geography, that to understand them, to understand our doyens of the geography, who has developed the subjects in different parts, and that Professor Bhagavati very nicely remarked that the history of geography in India has to be written. We know the history of geography in many other countries, but not in India. So that's very important. And given the the vastness of the country, we need from all sides, like from South India, Northeast India, Western India, from all sides, and put them together. So Professor Devendraji, once again, thank you very much. And I thank all the, both the speakers. I think I had the chance to meet Geeta one time. Perhaps, I don't really remember now, but I think I met her once in Madurai Kamaraj University. And then, of course, Kumar Shami is a very good friend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Geeta, I met you, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once.
Yeah. Once we met you. Yes. And of course, Professor Tiwari is a great professor for all of us. And Abuni is a very good friend. So, my friends, once again, I submit that it's a very great occasion. And although, the time becomes sometimes really a problem that, there are, after retirement, the commitments have increased more than when you are in the regular service. And that has really made my time budget a little bit problem. But once again, thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sri Kumar, sir. Really, what you said was correct. We were having these jewels of our country as a geographers. And definitely the present geographers are also adding to what they have done by incorporating all the latest technologies and everything and keeping Indian geography at par at global level. So the legacy is being carried ahead. Thank you so much. And thanks a lot for sparing your very valuable time in spite of so many of your assignments. Yet every time you make it a point to be here on this platform and give your expertise, guidance and suggestions as well as inputs. Thank you so much, Sri Kumar, sir. Please bless us. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite Sudesh Nangia, madam, very senior most geographer and a great contributor to the subject, to please say a few words. Madam Nangia, please.
Namaskar, can you hear me, please?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Well, I have my great regards for all my senior geographers and my contemporaries, those who are present here. I had to get up in between and I missed quite a good bit of presentation by many of my colleagues. I have heard of Professor IRAWATHY through Professor Prakash Rao and through Professor George Kurian, who had been my teachers once upon a time. And from there, from them, we used to hear that we have a very promising geographer with us in the South. I did not have the chance to meet her, but then I have been hearing about her so often. And I really appreciate my colleagues who have presented a brief about her. We just wish that we follow the traditions which have been set by our senior geographers like her. And she was one of the promising women geographers that is all the more a matter to be proud of. She has set guidelines for the other geographers as well. Thank you so much, sir, madam, for giving me the opportunity. Namaskar. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, Nangia, madam. Your presence for most of our sessions are really great blessings for us. And we wish you to have with us all throughout our programs. Thank you so much for being with us and adding to this platform. Thank you so much. I would now like to request now Professor Rana sir to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Madam. President Tiwari and so many friends and Madam Sudesh Nangia. Actually, we are very happy to see one another here and to meet at this very important juncture of Geographers Meet we are doing since last 2 years. we are actually fortunate to know the things which was hidden to us. Professor Irawathy's name is new for me. What I have today collected the knowledge from the 2 lectures delivered nicely that Professor Irawathy she had a great contribution in the development of the geography faculty. Although really I got so many informations about her, and this is very new for me. She was new for me too. And today I am fortunate that I have come to know such great personality like geographers who were hidden in the pages of time and space. Professor Devendra, really he deserves a great thanks, a great congratulations from our side that one by one we have come to know the hidden pages of the geographers through our this assemblage. So thank you very much, madam. You have given me the chance to see something, to say something. And what I have observed, I find that this is the very important, very essential to know the geographers of our past. So I respect everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rana Pratap sir. Your auspicious presence is really a blessing for us. It keeps us motivated to give our best. Please do coming and gracing the occasion by. Thank you so much. I would now like to request Santosh Shukla sir to please say a few words. Dr. Santosh Shukla sir. Sir, please unmute yourself.
I have an opportunity to meet Professor Irawathy at the Geographers Meet organized by Professor Munish Raja in December 1972. And one incident I remember when one of the younger geographers was presenting the paper, certain questions were raised by the participants. And the questions were not to know this about the subject, but indirectly it was the pulling of a speaker. I exactly remember the posture was adopted by her. Without standing, in a very bold voice, she said, "Are you interested to know the findings, or do you want to do something else?" This was the only thing. And the speaker, the person who raised the questions, he suddenly withdrew it. And this is how. It was not just to teach as a teacher, but as the occasions when somebody, I personally feel I was a young 72. In 1972, I just passed my MA in 69 and 2 years experience. So this is how the as a senior teacher, she indirectly she was in the audience, but she monitored the discipline of the seminar. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shukla sir. What you have commented is very true. Even we have experienced it in many of the conferences, and definitely the teachers need to protect colleagues, their own students, and give a good decorum to the participants who are there, so that this should not be on such academic platforms. Thank you so much for your bold comment and the whole.
I still remember the very bold voice. In a very bold voice, she said, "Are you interested to know the findings, or you want to pull the speaker?" Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now we would also have from Dr. Qureshi sir.
Yes. Thank you, Professor Jawan. In fact, I have not been so fortunate to have a glimpse of the illustrious professor we have talked about today. But I know her indirectly and in a very high esteem. You see that in Aligarh, Professor Syed Muhammad Tahir Rizvi Sahab had organized the first international conference of geography in 1956, and wherein Professor Irawadi had come to Aligarh to participate very vehemently in that international conference. Another important introduction I used to get through my teachers like Professor Muhammad Shafi and Professor Muhammad Anas particularly, because Professor Anas was teaching history of geographical thought, and Professor Irawadi was also much senior to both of my teachers, much senior to both of my teachers, was also teaching history of geographical thought. I too have labored in teaching history of geographical thought for quite a long time, and I can realize how many a time we are evasive of taking up this paper. It's a hard labor demanding paper, but I admire that Professor Irawadi was one of those earliest geographers of India who was teaching history of geographical thought I have come to know about today. So I'm so happy to know a few things about her, and I salute and I say a salam to her soul. Thank you, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Qureshi, sir. Definitely, this platform is getting so many things unfolded to us, which were hidden. Thanks a lot, Dr. Devendra Singh, sir, once again, for establishing such a dynamic and most useful platform for all the geographers. I think now it's time that we are very eager to have the presidential remark from Professor Tiwari, sir, very well-known geographer, senior-most geographer of our country. And after going through his CV today, actually, we are really blessed, sir, to have you with us on this platform. May I request you to please give your presidential remark today. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Thank you very much, Smita ji. I feel very happy to be a part of this galaxy of eminent geographers of the country, those who have retired and those who are yet to retire. We had two excellent presentations by Dr. Lakshmi and my good student Geeta. And we came to know a lot about this illustrious Professor Irawadi. Friends, yeah, Rajmohan ji is here. Maybe he may also throw some light later. Hello. Friends, geography in this country started at the university level in 1916. And as far as my research goes, it was first started at Queen Mary's College, Madras. It was started as FA course. FA was earlier after matriculation. That was the first degree after matriculation, Fellow of Arts. And later on, it was when the teaching of subjects at school and college level were reorganized, it was abolished. And now it became 11 years for matriculation and then 3 years degree course. So it was perhaps the first college. Maybe, you know, all those people who are still active, they may throw some light, they may do some more research and find out whether there was some other college in the country. Maybe, you know, some college in Calcutta. I'm not very sure, but as far as my research goes, Queen Mary's was the first college in the country
where geography was started at the university level. Before that, it used to be part of the school teaching. And here also, in Madras Presidency, it was suspended for I think 2-3 years, and then again it was started. But the first teaching of geography at the university level was started in 1916, and it was at the Queen Mary's College, Madras. Now, this great lady, Professor IRAWATHY, as we have been told, she was born on the banks of river Irrawaddy in Rangoon, and she had her education there. She did teachers training in geography teaching, and she was a school teacher for I think 2 or 3 years. And then after the second Second World War started in 1939, and 1941, the Japanese invasion of Burma. So there was a large group of professionals, academicians, and working in other government departments in Burma, who left Burma and migrated to India. She was part of that stream. She landed at Madras in 1941, and in 1941 itself, this bachelor's course was started at Queen Mary's College by Professor B.M. Thirunarayanan. But then after Professor IRAWATHY came, she was appointed lecturer there, and Professor Thirunarayanan was transferred to the north, Rajahmundry. So she continued there for a long time, I think about 3 decades, 30 years almost, from 1941 to 1970. 1951, she went to England, and as we have been told, she did her PhD under a very eminent Professor L. Dudley Stamp on land use using aerial photography. And that was, a new subject those days. That was a precursor of what we have, remote sensing and cartography and, digital cartography and all that. So then she came back, and she became the principal of Queen Mary's College. And she was principal of the college for 15 long years. And Queen Mary's was one of the most prominent colleges in the country, not only in South India, not only in Madras Presidency, the whole of the country, it was one of the most prominent colleges. So she continued to be the principal for 15 years, from 1955 to 1970. And as Geeta has very rightly put it, she was the queen of Queen Mary's College. She was a very influential lady. She had very good connections, and she was a very, what should I say? She was very affectionate, and she had a magnetic, personality. So anyone who comes in contact with her will be attracted to her. I came to know her first in the IGU meeting at Banaras Hindu University, 1968. And then when I joined Madras University in 1976, she had already retired from Queen Mary's College, but she was very active building the department at Madurai. And I had, a lot of opportunity of interacting with her. So I was very much influenced by her humane nature. She didn't make her own family. She didn't marry. But then all the students, she considered them as her daughters. So she had a very large family, and she would take interest in even the personal lives of her students, and she used to be a teacher to them even after they had left the studies. So she had a motherly instinct in her, which I mean, it's not very common. So she built the department at Queen Mary's College, and she built the department at Madurai. She should be remembered more as a builder of institutions. She didn't confine herself to teaching geography. She was a builder of institutions, and she was a builder of human beings also, because lot of her students used to treat her as mother, and were in touch with them for advice in their personal lives also. So she was a great human being. As far as her specialization is concerned, she was teaching this land use, and also she had interest in social and political geography. But her contribution was most in the field of building geography departments in the southern part of the country. Those days, geography was dominated by a triumvirate, a group of three persons: Professor George Hurian at the University Department, Professor B.M. Tirunarayanan, who was in the government service in the training colleges, and later on it was Professor IRAWATHY at Queen Mary's College. So these three, they shaped the development of geography in South India to a great extent. And I don't know how far it is known outside, this impact of the development of geography in Madras Presidency. It had great impact on development of geography elsewhere in the country. You see, in 1939, or I think 1938, there was a session at Lahore. This geography, faculty from Tamil Nadu, the builder of the department there, Subramaniam, he went there, and at Lahore there were two groups of geographers. He, during his brief stay for 3 days, he was instrumental in bringing together the two groups so that geography could establish there. So the development of geography in Madras Presidency in South India, it has its great impact elsewhere also. And that way, the contribution of these great geographers, the first generation geographers at Madras, Professor Irawati and Professor B.M. Tirunarayanan and George Kurian, they had great impact elsewhere in the country. In my undergraduate courses, I had one of my examiners was Professor George Kurian. That was early, 50s at the Banaras Hindu University. So, friends, it has been a great session this evening. We have talked about and learned about development of geography in the country during those days and the contributions of this great lady, Professor Irawadi. So I feel very happy to be involved with this movement that Professor Devendra Singh has started, and I feel very happy to be present this evening and participate in the discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Tiwari, sir. Your presidential remarks have given very precious inputs and insights of Professor Irawadi, madam. And definitely it is going to enrich the literature that would be published by Professor Devendra Pratap Singh, sir, in the form of encyclopedias. That would be, I would say, a treasure for the young geographers to cherish and know the contributions of great geographers from India. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting the presidentship and sparing your very valuable time and giving so many valuable inputs on this occasion. Please bless us all the time. Thank you so much. Now I would request our intercessor, Dr. Devendra Pratap Singh, sir, to please make some announcements.
May I just intervene? Mr. Raj Mohan is here. He is being seen.
Yes, sir.
Seeing after so many decades, I think some 4 or 5 decades.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He has a personal interaction.
Please, please.
With
Oh, good evening, everybody. Hello.
Yes, sir, we are able to hear you.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Irawadi is not only a geographer, but an educationist in the first instance. I met I met Dr. Irawadi way back 60 years exactly now. I met her as a student of geography in the Presidency College, and I had a class to attend to. Dr. Irawadi was the lecturer. So I walked into the Queen Mary's College and went into her classroom. And that was the first time I met her. That is in 1963. Thus, from that day onwards, for 2 years I was a student. And then, again I had to run into her in 1975. She offered me a job in the Madurai Kamaraj University. And I had the opportunity of working with her for the next 2 years. She's a geographer who was unfortunately confined to her classroom and to her office. She was interested in field work, but she was involved in the rigorous administrative field, and so she was not able to engage herself in geographical research as such. As far as I know, Dr. IRAWATHY's output, academic output, relates to This is Tamil Nadu, a publication released by her on the occasion of the 21st IGU seminar held in Madras University, organized by her. Anyone who had goes through that volume will understand how Dr. IRAWATHY would have toiled to contact people and make them to contribute to the volume. To this day, that stands as the only academic output on Tamil Nadu as such. There is no other contribution by no other geographer from Tamil Nadu to write a book on Tamil Nadu geography. That is the only book. So that is a unique contribution by Dr. IRAWATHY. And as working with her as a staff member of the Madurai Kamaraj University Department, I had the opportunity of going with Dr. IRAWATHY for a field work, a couple of field work in fact. One to Versanduri area, and yet another one, she was not able to accompany me, but she entrusted me on the occasion of the decennial celebration of the Madurai Kamaraj University. She asked me if I can do something for the university decennium in terms of an academic work. I said, oh yes, whatever you tell me, I'll do. She said, I want a detailed geographical survey of the Vadaparanji region. Vadaparanji is a small village just north of the Nagamarai hills. And I said, yes, we will do. The monetary assistance availed or granted by the Madurai Kamaraj University was only 2,000 rupees. For 2,000 rupees, nobody will be able to do a survey of the Vadaparanji village. So I took 2 days and collected all our students, went into Vadaparanji, and the survey instrument was designed by Dr. IRAWATHY. So the data collected and then the maps prepared, all of them were together and presented to the Madurai Kamaraj University. The Vice Chancellor, Dr. IRAWATHY, was particular in presenting it to the Vice Chancellor person. The Vice Chancellor was Dr. I forgot the name. And then we presented, they were happy. But that was a major contribution as such. And again, I would emphasize that this is Tamil Nadu. It's a unique contribution on the geography of Tamil Nadu. And as far as I know, a lot of people have talked about her humane characteristic. That's true. See, her attempt at establishing departments of geography to teach geography as a major or as an ancillary subject or as a minor subject in one of the colleges was truly astounding. She had a major hand in establishing a department in Sivakasi and then yet another department in Thoothukudi in a private college. Everywhere she would see that her own students are enabled to join the department. She founded or let me say that she in fact helped in establishing the department in the Calicut University. And as far as I know, the geography department in the Queen Mary's College, Madras, was enabled or founded by Professor B.M. Tirunaranan, and then later Dr. IRAWATHY took over. That's what I heard from Dr. IRAWATHY herself. And Tirunaranan later on moved on to the university department, where he was instrumental in establishing the department. And later, Kurian is going to join, Professor Kurian is going to join and become the professor. And that made Tirunaranan to exit the university and join the government service. And he was my professor, my teacher, and my principal in the Government Arts College in Coimbatore. But anyhow, that to confine ourselves to Dr. IRAWATHY herself. IRAWATHY is a commanding personality. I remember on occasion when she was arranging for the IGU conference, the seminar in 1968, I believe, when she walked into the meeting hall, everyone got up and stood for as long as she was talking. She went on instructing for 35, 40 minutes, and all of us were standing and listening to her instructions. And as far as I am given to understand, Dr. IRAWATHY is a contemporary of Dr. Ghosal of Punjab University, and then Dr. Chatterjee in Calcutta University, from Calcutta University, and then a few more people. But anyhow, she had an enormous number of respecting professors. Dr. Reddy from the Venkateshwara University, Gori from the Mysore University. They were all ready to help her. They were all ready to serve her cause. I was there in Madurai witnessing all this for about 2 years. And then when I wanted to leave Madurai, she said, "I'm sorry, Rajmohan, I wanted to retain you here, but you chose to leave." Even after I left, I joined the Madras University. She came once seeking for my help in the preparation of geography textbooks for the 11th and 12th standards with the Tamil Nadu government. And then one can go on talking about academic interest that is purely fieldwork based. It is not confined to the chair. She would call that as a desktop researchers or something like that. She wouldn't like it. But anyhow, I have had the opportunity of being a student for 2 long years, and then a colleague another 2 years, and a personality who cannot be forgotten that easily. She took interest in each and every one of the students of her classroom and whoever chose geography as a subject matter. She'll help them financially. She'll help them in terms of academic development. She'll help them in terms of getting an opportunity of employment. That's a great quality, to see to that someone is employed somewhere, her own students. But a number of top-level geographers will not be able to do it. I have seen a lot of geographers in various universities. They won't be able to help their students. So I only know 2 professors, geographers, who would readily rise up to the occasion of helping the students to get a job. One is Dr. IRAWATHY, and yet another one was Dr. Ramesh from Madras University. And that day, I will remember Dr. IRAWATHY forever and ever and ever. So Dr. IRAWATHY cannot be. See, if she's going to call any one of her students from her desk in Madurai, they'll be here in the next moment. She'll call one of the old students from who's the managing director or the wife of a managing director of a textile mill in Madurai. Dr. IRAWATHY said, by her name, she called her and said, oh, see, I have a small discomfort in my chest. I do not know what's wrong with me. See, that's around 2 o'clock in the evening. Next moment, there were 2 cars driven into the old campus of the Madurai Kamaraj University, where Dr. IRAWATHY's office is located. And she was taken to a doctor, checked out, and then brought back. And Dr. IRAWATHY sat down in her desk. I asked her, how are you, ma'am? What's wrong with you? No, the doctor said, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly all right. You are imagining something actually. See, that is the kind of a concern our students display and then respond to. But anyhow, as I am talking extempore here, the facts presented by Professor Geeta of the Queen Mary's College really enlightened me, throwing a lot of light on her life. And this is something I do not know. A lot of people did not know. Even today, they do not know anything about Dr. IRAWATHY. There are a number of people who were praising her characteristics. And there are people who...
Rajmohan sir, may I request you to...
But anyhow, as a student of her, and I would not remember myself as a colleague of her, but as a student of her forever, I would say Dr. IRAWATHY was a teacher par excellence. He taught me planning, regional planning. A group of students, but first year and second year students of master's degree attending the Queen Mary's College Department and the Presidency College Department. We will.
Professor Rajmohan sir, will you please come?
Yeah. But anyhow, so I remember her as my teacher, remember her as my benefactor, and I remain thankful to her down the year. Her academic career was truly excellent in the sense of bringing out that this is Tamil Nadu book and the small introduction she has given to that book. One should carefully go through and understand. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity of talking.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Rajmohan sir. You were really fortunate and lucky to get associated as student with Professor IRAWATHY madam. And I would request you to please pin down all your experiences and the things that you have, and please pass it on to Kumar Swami sir, so that the final draft that would get prepared to be published will have nothing left unturned, and that will really cherish and nourish the coming generations. So I will request you once again, whatever is still left out and whatever you said now, please pen it down and give it to Professor Kumar Swami sir. So even that can be a great contribution in the literature of IRAWATHY madam. Thank you so much for joining and giving your inputs. Thank you so much. I request now Devendra Pratap sir, please make some announcement.
The time is to take more time, but I have to say that all the things have come because of the motivation of Professor P.S. Tiwari sir. During the first phase of Corona lockdown, he telephoned me so many times, talked for several hours, and motivated me to take this project. And Professor Tiwari sir, the motivation which you have provided to us has come to this level. And we are just going to publish the first six volumes of founders and makers of modern geography in India. Perhaps it will be published in the month of November or so. We are planning for the same. And your blessings, your guidance have of much importance. One more very important guest, madam, from Bhutan, Dr. Ajay Dupka is here. Ajay Dukpa. He is from Bhutan. So may I request you to give 1 or 2 minutes to Ajay Dukpa for his remarks. And Madam Sudesh Nangia is also raising her hand.
Please.
So,
yes, please, sir, please.
With respect to you all, I have to say once more the good evening and thankful, and very many thanks to you. You call Ajay Dukpa, madam.
Good evening to you all. So giving me for the good evening to you all. Thank you very much for giving this chance opportunity. But I could not attend all your talk today. And before I say anything, I would like to really propose my sorry to the whole entire team, especially to Professor Devendra Prasad Singh. He has been requesting me to come attend, but with a lot of obligation out here in my college, is going a lot of transformation and keeping my family occupied. Even Saturday, Sunday, we have to work for our new transformation for our college. I don't have any much to speak, but I would like to really sorry. But on top of that, I'd like to really thank to the entire member of this saga for giving me chance to attend and giving me chance to be a member. Though I'm not a productive to contribute much, because if I tell a little bit about geography in Bhutan, there is no all history about geography in Bhutan, because we have in schools some geography subjects are there, but in the colleges, just in 1996, we have just started a geography courses at my college, and earlier we don't have university in Bhutan. Just now we have a two university, one is Royal University of Bhutan, and another is Medical University. So geography is not growing much in Bhutan, and even in the transformation time, we don't have now geography courses in my college. We have last batch by year 2026, the entire geography program will not there in my college. In the schools, subject will be there. So thereby, this is sad news, but I don't know how the entire country is feeling, whether geography is important in Bhutan or not. But in the colleges, for timing, they have suspended. And it seems geography may not grow in Bhutan, but we are going to replace with the other subject. So this is what I'd like to briefly inform. And as Professor Devendra said that I should comment or tell about the presentation, we have very eminent professors are there, very learned professors are there. So I don't have much to comment or to share regarding geography, because we have rich geography, history, knowledge, research. A lot of books has been written. I think the house of geography is with you all in this member. So in Bhutan, geography is not grown much. This is what I like to inform to entire member out here. But lastly, I'd like to really thank the Saga team for including me, though I don't have any capabilities. But thank you very much for including me. Sorry, I could not contribute much now, but in future when I have time, maybe I'll try to contribute. But even if some better than me person are there in turn, maybe I'm going to request to replace me so that that particular person will contribute this saga group. So thereby I like to conclude and thank you for giving this opportunity in future. If I get time, really I want to join and really I want to learn. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dupka, sir. Nevertheless, with your limitations, still you have made it a point to join this platform and give your views. Definitely, we understand the concern for geography by you in your area, and we'll pray Almighty that the subject of geography flourishes. And please get associated with us on this platform. We'll be highly obliged. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nandya madam wanted to say something. Yes, Nandya, please. Madam, you are not audible. मैडम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
I think she has to unmute.
मैडम अनम्यूट कीजिए प्लीज.
नागिया मैडम, आप कुछ बोलना चाहती हैं क्या?
लगता है नहीं है.
Okay, President sir, Tiwari sir.
Yeah.
अगर मैडम अनम्यूट कर पाते तो we can have our feedback again. May we proceed with the vote of thanks?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Dr. I.K. Manonmani madam to please propose vote of thanks.
Okay, madam. Good evening, madam. Thank you very much for the kind. So at the outset, I would like to thank founders and makers of modern geography in India by Institute of Environmental Research and Rural Development for giving this great opportunity. So I am very happy. Really, I am very happy, and my heartfelt thanks to all these team members. Then this episode series is very special for me, because this episode is our department founder Dr. IRAWATHY madam sharing the sweet memories. So I'm very much happy and very much thankful to you, ma'am. And I extend my warm thanks to you, like Professor S.V. Chavan madam, convener of this episode. Ma'am, thank you very much for your giving the detailed information about this series delegate as well as the speaker. And then I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Professor P.S. Tiwari, President, former Professor of Geography, Madras University. I think he is highly associated with our department in our former professors, geography professors like Gopalakrishnan, Jayachandran, and everybody. So I thank to him also. I am very much thankful to him. And I extend my thanks to Dr. Chief Guest Professor A.K. Bhagwati, former professor and head Department of Geography at Guwahati University. He gives great ideas and suggestions to the this department geographers and other relative input values. So I thank to sir, Dr. Bhagwati sir, Professor Bhagwati sir. And then I extend my warm thanks to our speakers like Dr. K. Lakshmi, Professor, for giving and sharing her gold memories to Dr. IRAWATHY. Like she know Dr. IRAWATHY in the earlier madam, not only as a founder and professor, but also mentor also. So she is highly associated with her. So she knows everybody, and she is also a mentor with me. Then I extend my thanks to Dr. Geeta. She is also sharing sweet memories and very really enthusiastic and inspiring inspiring ideas and views of that madam's earlier photos and everything she kept. So it is very really golden opportunity to both Geeta ma'am and Dr. Lakshmi ma'am, and as well as myself also. It is a very I am very happy and pleasure to them. So I thank to Dr. Geeta madam also. And I would like to special thanks to Dr. Kumarasamy sir, UGC, Dr. ICSS sir, faculty fellow, so Department of Geography, Bharathidasan University. He is also giving opportunity, highly associated with me, with our department, and conducting helping and mentor also. He is for me, especially me, for conducting conferences and seminars. So thank you very much, sir, for your mentorship and everything. And then I would like to thank our team, Professor Devendra P. Singh, Director of Research, IERAWATHY. Is very thank you, sir, so much, sir, for giving this inspiration of the series and everything. And this is the so I think here I am younger in your this team like that. So I am very happy to see all the faces or all the eminent geographers' faces. So I am really very happy and thankful to you, sir. So thank you so much, sir. And then finally, I would like to thank organizing secretaries, Dr. Ambarish Kumar Rai and Dr. Amit Kumar, assistant professors in this team. So thank you all of you for giving this opportunity. So finally, not least, this is the I am very happy and heartfelt thanks to all of you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam.
Okay, madam. If you possible, all the eminent professors, please come to visit Madurai.
Sure.
October, my daughter's wedding. Thank you very much. My daughter's wedding is also there in October.